Herring Review.
What's going on, Yidden? Welcome back to Herring Review. It's been a while since we had a Herring Review. We're back in the studio. It's a hot day, so this actually might be the schwitziest Herring Review of all time. And for my guest today, we have Rich Robertson.
Nice to meet you.
You run B'nai Brith.
I'm the Director of Research and Advocacy for B'nai Brith Canada.
Wow, that's so awesome. Okay, well first, tell us a bit about yourself, and then tell us about B'nai Brith Canada. We can also just crack these open.
Oh yeah, man. My role at B'nai Brith is to plan the research and advocacy of the organization. So we're actually Canada's most senior human rights organization. We were founded in 1875.
Wait, first human rights organization?
Most senior human rights organization.
What does most senior mean?
I don't know, but it sounds good, so that's what we go with.
That sounds good.
I think we're afraid of getting sued for calling ourselves the oldest in case someone wants to, prove us wrong, but senior is safe and it sounds solid. So we're Canada's most senior human rights organization. Our mandate, as I'm sure you know, is to be the voice of Canada's grassroots Jewish community. So in that capacity, essentially what my department does is we fight anti-Semitism and we fight racism and hatred in all its forms.
So it must have been a crazy year for you.
It was a rough 2023. We saw like 100% increase across the country.
100%?
Yes.
That's like a double.
Essentially, yeah, 200% increase in violent anti-Semitism.
Damn, so when something violent anti-Semitism occurs, what do you guys do? What happens?
So we operate a 24-hour hotline and our various other reporting mechanisms. So essentially, like what's going on right now, somebody calls in.
We were with Lily, and she just had to leave because the hotline was going off, and like now she's gonna go rescue some Yidden.
Exactly.
What's happening?
We never take a break from fighting anti-Semitism. So we get that call in, and then we'll triage it. If it meets our standard for an anti-Semitic incident, we'll put it into our database for use in the next year's audit.
Okay.
But then regardless, what we like to do is we like to ensure that there's action for every single incident, whether that's following up with the police, whether or not that's just being supportive of a person who's in need and is suffering from some form of anti-Semitism, or whether or not that's doing our own form of advocacy and achieving our own resolution. We always like to have a consequence and action for every call that we receive.
So what's like the latest, biggest anti-Semitic thing that you guys are dealing with right now?
Well, the biggest thing right this second is the encampments.
Oh yes, we know all about that.
Yeah, across the country.
We're actually heading back on Thursday, the encampment.
Okay, so we just got intervener status. So we'll be making submissions in a few days' time to the court, basically ensuring that the court has a balanced understanding of the various rights at play in the U of T injunction case.
Okay, well, if you're going to shut it down, can you shut it down after Thursday, please?
So the hearing at U of T isn't until the 19th and 20th, so you're safe.
So we're good?
You can get your footage.
Okay. Out of all the things that B'nai Brith does, do you think the hotline is your favorite?
Well, the hotline is probably the most meaningful thing because it allows us to be on the front lines and really serve as, really aid the grassroots Jewish community.
I have a question about the Jewish community in Canada.
Yeah.
What do you think the future of it's looking like?
So this is something I was doing media recently after we launched our audit at the beginning of the month for 2023. And I said something, and what I said was that Jews are beginning to question the vitality of our community here in Canada. This is a tough time to be a Jew.
Yeah.
And it's okay to feel frustrated. It's okay to question whether or not we have a place in this country. But being a Canadian Jew, one of the things that makes me the proudest about being a Canadian Jew is knowing about how versatile our community is and how resilient we are. And so I've seen a lot of terrible things since October 7th, but I've also seen the community respond and react in ways that make me confident about our future.
I feel like it's just been very depressing lately, if even compared to America. It's just like, what's going on with Canada? Why is it so much worse?
I think that people always imagine the United States, as sort of being a more hostile place for certain minorities, and that we almost put ourselves on a pedestal in Canada. And so since October 7th has definitely been a wake-up call, and it's easy to feel defeated, but it's young men like you who give me praise and inspiration. It's people like my interns and my young staff who come every single day to work to dedicate themselves to protecting their community.
Right here.
Yeah, we've got the
two
two best interns, elite intern status for setting up this Herring Review.
I have a question. How come your face isn't melting off and my face is?
Honestly, it's the Monster energy. It just it hits different sometimes.
I think I just should drink more because like I'm even having trouble seeing right now. But I know you're right to my left, so that's okay. Tell me about your history with herring.
Well, I'm a yid from Thornhill. I've always liked myself a good herring.
Which
know?
shul did you go to growing up?
So I was bar mitzvahed at Beth David, but I actually go to an Orthodox shul in Hamilton because that's where my family's from.
Huh.
So I would say that I'm a herring connoisseur by birth, by necessity. You can't be Bobby's favorite and not love herring.
True. I have another question that has to do with this over here. Do you know what this flag? Have you ever seen this flag before?
Or do I know what that flag is? I grew up in Thornhill.
Tell me a bit about the Mashiach, in your opinion.
We want Mashiach now.
You think the hotline could bring Mashiach?
No, but I think that doing to fill in with my Lubavitch boys, that's what's going to bring the Mashiach.
You do that often?
Every Friday.
Let's go.
They come to the office, we fire it up.
Yeah?
It's a good time.
That is so awesome. Should we eat some herring?
We should definitely eat some
Okay,
herring.
so we didn't have legit kich, but we have everyone's favorite terror trips over here. So I feel like this is going to work. We just need flat ones,
That is not a flat one.
but I think it's flat enough.
All right, fair enough.
I'll use that one.
You're the expert. I'm just going to embrace
Oh,
this
wait, we have
experience.
some more flat. Is this better for you?
Sure.
Okay, cool. And for the herring, we got the Oneg Shabbos herring. Still schwitziest herring review of all time, but we're hanging in, right?
We're hanging in.
Baruch Hashem. Mix it around. Okay, I'll set this one up for you. You okay with the jalapeno there?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. Right there. What type of herring are you used to?
More like your traditional oil herring.
You want to put this on? Just like
I would love to wear the Mashiach flag.
It's making
while
me
we
too
do
sweaty.
this. Who needs a tallis?
Exactly. Well, I'll get a lot of flack for that because there's a rule that if you're wearing a four-cornered garment, it needs to have tzitzit on it.
Oh, okay.
But that doesn't have tzitzit on it. But
I'll make an exception.
sounds good. Okay, let's have some herring. So take your kichel. We're gonna make a shehakol blessing. You know the shehakol blessing, or I can make it for us.
I will. You should make it for us.
And if you say amen, it's like you're saying the bracha too.
Amazing.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'akol niyeh bidvaro.
Amen.
It's a good one, eh?
With the jalapeno.
It's called Oneg Shabbos flavor. Do you get why it's called Oneg Shabbos?
Explain to me why it's called Oneg
I honestly
Shabbos.
don't know, but Oneg Shabbos means the enjoyment of Shabbos. So it's like, it's supposed to taste like that.
I mean, it kind of tastes like Shabbos.
And out of 10, what would you rate this herring?
8.5.
It's a solid score. Okay, Rich, I have another question for you.
Shoot.
That I may have just thought of, or maybe one of your brilliant staff just told me. What's your favorite thing about being a Yid?
Family. For me, I'm not the most religious person, but...
You know, the Rebbe actually said that, like, calling yourself religious is, like, not even okay, because, like, we're all, at the end of the day, Jews. So, like, we're all the same amount of Jewishness.
I love that. That's beautiful.
So it doesn't even matter, like, what you do and stuff.
I think that segues into my answer. I just love being a part of a Jewish family. And,
Yeah.
you know, when I think of what it means to be a Jew, I think of, like, Shabbat with Bobby, matzo ball soup, all those intangible things that have been, like, such an important part of my life and who I am.
So with B'nai Brith, you're always dealing with, like, violent things that happen to the Jews. But sometimes there are groups of Jews that are kind of doing naughty things back at the bad guys. Does that kind of make your job more complicated at all?
Most certainly, and I have absolutely zero patience for it. The reality is that as Jews, we don't have the luxury of being anything but the best versions of ourselves. We're always walking on eggshells with the rest of society. And so as Jews, I think that we always have to try and rise above.
My next question is about social media. It's been a cesspool. What's your advice to young Jews that are just scrolling on TikTok, Instagram, and seeing all this hate coming our way? Like,
It's a great
calling us
question.
demons, Nazis, like genocide. What can we do?
Don't get caught in the echo chamber. Don't allow somebody else's views, some influencer's views to influence your own life. You have to be confident in who you are and what it means to be Jewish, and to take pride in that, and not allow yourself to be degraded.
It's also like there's so many more of them than there are of us. So what can we do?
Well, that's the best part of being a Jew, is being tried.
Yeah, I always say it's like David and the Philistines. You know, one guy took out the whole army. Are you a big Torah guy?
I dabble.
Okay, well, who's your favorite character?
Ooh, this is a good question. So I don't actually have a favorite Torah character, but I do have a favorite Jewish character,
Who is it?
Mordechai.
From the Purim story?
Yeah.
He's a legend. What's your favorite thing about him?
That he stuck to his guns,
Yeah,
and he knew to do the right thing.
He didn't bow down.
Exactly.
Do you ever bow down?
Never.
No way. We got the Mashiach flag here, making a point.
We want Mashiach now.
What's your favorite Jewish food?
This is going to be controversial.
Yeah?
It's the cabbage roll.
What? I've never heard that from anyone. Are cabbage rolls even Jewish?
I think so. We actually had a debate on this in the office, and we decided that cabbage rolls are a Jewish food.
Cabbage roll with what?
They are on the menu at UB, so I think that plays.
You get your cabbage roll. Usually it's got like some meat in it. My bubby's has like some rice in it too, I feel.
I've never had
And like, I think it's just because my bubby makes a bomb cabbage roll that I'm privy to the cabbage roll.
You
Can I
like-
ask you a question?
Yeah.
What's your favorite food?
Do you want to guess?
Is it Oneg Shabbos herring?
It's not Oneg Shabbos herring. It's the maple syrup spicy, Jamie's spicy herring from Bubby's Bagels. Okay, I feel like that was good.
I feel like that's a wrap.
Yeah. I'm like losing my vision.
Yeah, dude, I've never seen someone get so sweaty.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
you're
I've never been
good.
this sweaty in my life, I think. Herring review.